Hey there, pen friends. I have a couple of unboxings to do today. I did a little bit of shopping while I was away on holiday and picked up some packages this morning from the post office, so I thought I would go through them with you. I know that there are a couple of pens, I know there are a couple of inks, and I forget what else I ordered. So it'll be as much of a surprise for me as it is for you. This first package is from Atlas Stationers in Chicago. So let's open this up and see what we got. All right. Inside their trusty, sturdy packaging is a postcard that is paintable with a nice little handwritten thank you on the back of it. We'll play with that later. Let's look at the inks first. We've got 3 Robert Coster inks. Izzy Monster, which is a shimmer ink. You can see the shimmer floating around in there. Australis Oak, which is a lovely, warm, ambery, brownish color. And then Murky Pond Water, the Coffee Monsters Co. collaboration with Robert Oster. I actually ordered this on Helen's website the day it was released, but I got to the website 16 minutes after the site went live for the sale, and y'all with ninja fingers, it sold out. So I had to put it on pre-order, but then I saw Atlas had it and I couldn't pass it up because I know that the pre-order orders will take weeks and months to get made and sent out. So I didn't want to wait that long. I ordered this one and I will have a backup because I'm pretty sure I will love that ink being a shading gray. And then I got, apologies for the ASMR, a Wearing Ghoul Gene Webster Daddy Long Legs, which is another shimmer ink. They call them glistening inks, but it's a shimmer ink. It's pink, I believe, with gold shimmer. And then I got a Twisby Smoke with rose gold. And this one is a 1.1 stub, so I can show off some of those shimmers in those fountain pens. So let's swatch these inks real quick so you can see them. I will ink this up another time and show it to you, but let's do the inks now. All right, I've got myself set up in the order I'm going to test them with some various tools that I will use to test these. I've been keeping a swatch record in this dated A6 size Hobonichi planner because it's got the Tomoe River paper on it that's been addressed for bleed through, and you can see all of these. There may be some show through, some heavy shadowing, but there's very little bleed through, so they've done a great job at fixing the paper situation. So I like to test in this because I want to see that it's going to look great. And then I also do these Colodex cards from the Well-Appointed Desk because they show off properties really well. I've got a blotting paper and some stickers that I use to mark the inks that I've tested as I test them. I've got 2 speedball pens, one with a, I don't even know what you call this nib. It puts down a lot of ink, and then this Browse Flex tip nib that I'm trying to get more proficient at. Looks like there might be something on that. I'll give that a quick rinse and clean. So I don't contaminate my sources. Just to be on the safe side. All right, we'll start with the Wearing Ghoul. That's a lovely gold shimmer in there. Just agitating it to get the fine glitter particles suspended throughout the ink solution. I've got sort of a process now going where I will lay down the thicker blobs of ink first and give those every opportunity to dry before I move on to the writing portion of the tests. That is a really pretty shimmer in there. I don't know if you can see that in this lighting, but I will get a close-up when I'm done. The reason why I use 2 cups of water is 1, to rinse my dip nib. And that keeps the ink samples from getting contaminated with one another. But I also keep a fresh one here because at the end I will draw a line of ink across the bottom and then a Q-tip in fresh water, and then I can get some chroma shading. But before I do that, I want to remix this shimmer because it settles that fast. See how it settled? When you're using these in pens, you also have to agitate your pen fairly frequently so that it does not run out of shimmer and have it sink all to the bottom. Now, these dip nib, flex nib pens, I'm just getting used to, so forgive if this doesn't work very well. That worked out well for me. Better than it has in past attempts, so maybe practice is improving me. I will say the scratchiness of these nibs does take some getting used to. I'm used to a lot more of a smooth experience, and this is a lot of feedback for me personally. I like the line variation that I'm able to get. I guess that's the trade-off for those flexing motions. But if I'm honest, I don't enjoy that feeling. If any of you out there with more flex nib experience than I have some suggestions. This has got some shading and some shimmer to it. If any of you have some suggestions on ways that I can improve, I'm always open to that feedback. All right, so I will take one more time the opportunity to agitate that shimmer back into the solution. Because even in this chromatic swatch, I like to see the shimmer that's available. I just spread out a nice thick line. And then before it has a chance to dry, dip a Q-tip in fresh water and just put a couple of drops at the bottom and then connect it to the ink. And you'll see it start to flow down into the little reservoir drops that I put at the bottom of the card. And it will separate into its base components and you'll be able to see some chromatography. We will come back to that as it does its thing. And we'll move on to the next. And now that I've swatched that one, I'll put a little ink bottle sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. on the top of the bottle, and that lets me know visually I have tested and swatched this ink, and I can put it in my collection after having logged it. At this point, take a peek at that shimmer. She's gorgeous. And I feel like this ink will probably end up in that TWSBI Eco that I just got, the Smoke Eco with the rose gold trim. I feel like that's going to look really pretty in it. This is not fully dry yet, but you can already start to see the separation out. There's a bit of a violet undertone happening, and you'll see more of that later. I'm just going to run through these next swatches fairly quickly. That was the one I think I was most excited about. There were two others in this group that had shimmer, and usually I'm the biggest fan of shimmer, but I have been waiting so anxiously for this Coffee Monsters Co. collaboration, and I think you can see why. I mean, that is just the most gorgeous, it really is murky pond water. It's not green, it's not gray. There's some chroma shading happening. There's a lovely pinkish, lavenderish undertone with some swirls of a more vibrant teal or turquoise running through it. It really is just a stunner of an ink. All right, so just so you have some close-ups of everything, here they are. Murky pond water. This one is an Atlas exclusive with Robert Oster. It's Izzy Monster. It's also a multi-chrome and shimmer and shading ink. Next is the Robert Oster Australis Oak. And finally, the Wearing Ghoul Daddy Long Legs. That's going to go in the TWSBI Eco. So there you have it, guys. I hope you had as much fun playing with the inks as I did. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Have a great day.